welcome to the Rising Stars of Comedy. I'm Akriti Tyagi. Stand-up comedy is in your tragedy, says our guest for today, bringing his profession down to one single sentence. With tongue-in-cheek humor, often bordering on self-deprecation, he represents the motley band of stand-up comics in the country who are using the medium to generate laughs on a repeated 30-second basis. Please welcome Raghav Mandava.
In a survey last year, he was voted as India's funniest comedian. Some people say survey size was too small, it was just Raghav. But still, it counts, right? You guys heard of the expression, too soon? You know, if somebody dies, you're not supposed to make jokes about him for some time, right? That some time for Raghav is half a second. If I slip here right now, there'll be stunned silence. You will hear one guy cracking up. That will be Raghav Mandava. Give it up all the way. Raghav Mandava, all the way.
Thank you so much for joining us, Raghav.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
So, I had read that you dropped journalism to actually pursue bartending and comedy.
Yep, I used
Both
to work in your office.
very regular choices. How come?
I used to work in your office. I
Yes.
used to work in NDTV at the Archana complex, and basically I didn't like the media world. It
Alright.
was too much running around, as you know, and like I'm lazy. Like my whole point is to do so as much as I can now, so that I don't have to do things later.
Sure.
Like my 10-year plan is to retire in Goa. In 10 years, I don't care.
Okay.
Like career, like let it all go to hell. I just want to sit and do nothing, play video games all day. So I took up bartending because it sounded like it'll be fun, and people told me that in bartending that the propensity to make like money on the day, like a
Okay.
per day basis, is better because everywhere else it's a monthly salary. So I took up bartending, and then what happened is the bar I was working in, News Cafe, at that point of time, they were new, so they wanted comedy events. I had done a couple of open mics before that, and I said, hey, tell you what, why don't we organize comedy shows over here? And that's how it all started. That's how
Okay.
Cheese Monkey Mafia started. That's how I started becoming an organizer. There are two kinds of Gurgaon. If you're on the highway, the NH8 highway, okay, and you cross the Delhi border, on the left side of the highway is Gurgaon. You got Aralias, you got DLF, you got Cyber Hub, okay? You know the wannabe Singapore, Cyber Hub. Okay. Like, so, like, you got all that stuff over there. On the right side, you got Gurgaon. And in Gurgaon, one of the biggest problems you face is low voltage, okay? Low voltage is even worse than when the electricity goes. Because when the electricity goes off, at least your inverter can take a load, it can take the fan, it can take the lights, whatever. In low voltage, your bulbs are suicidal, like you. Okay, they're barely lighting up anything. Even your fans are like, why do you even bother? It's horrible. Your air conditioning is like, you know, your air conditioning comes on, but the compressor doesn't. Okay? So it's like your friend blowing hot steam in your face all day.
Tell us something about Cheese Monkey Mafia.
Well, Cheese Monkey Mafia came up because because when I started comedy, I was a nobody. Raghav Mandava has done 6 open mics, who the hell cares?
Sure.
Right? So you can't draw in a name with like this guy here. Like, who is this person? What has he done? So Cheese Monkey Mafia came up because we just needed to brand it, and we just wanted a name that sticks, like in your brain, in some way or the other. So people either remember Cheese Monkey, or they remember Monkey Mafia, or Cheese Monkey Mafia. It doesn't matter. It was just something that needed to be vague,
Okay.
because I didn't want a comedy company saying like I'm the Indian comedy company,
Sure.
or I'm the blah 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 comedy company, because I wanted to do other things.
Yeah.
I always want to have side projects.
Sure.
At any given point in time.
Okay.
It's like if comedy gets boring, I want to be able to leave it. I don't want to be like, oh, comedy is all I know how to do, and this is my life now. So Cheese Monkey Mafia was kind of like a non-committal relationship to comedy, which doesn't
Friends
stress-
with benefits with comedy.
Friends with benefits with comedy, basically. And if the benefits go, then I go. Like it's really that simple.
But what pushed you into comedy per se?
Nothing. I was unemployed, and I didn't know how to do anything. And by organizing shows with Cheese Monkey Mafia, like I got paid even without being funny. Like, because you're a producer, right? And you're selling tickets, you're organizing an event. So I started making money as a producer.
Sure.
So and I used to host the shows. So while hosting those shows, you have to learn how to be funny.
Yeah.
Right. And that sort of happened on its own organically. And that's what made me become a comedian.
Okay.
Being a comedian wasn't a plan, even when I was getting on stage. It was either to be a writer or a producer or an organizer. But being a comedian just sort of happened because also there was nobody else doing comedy, so people couldn't tell how unfunny I was compared to say the funnier people. So yeah, it's all just one giant fluke, quite honestly. If you look at a crow, okay, a crow has expressions, okay? Like if you look at a crow looking at you, you're like, what did I do wrong? Dude, please, thoda piche ho ja, you're scaring me, okay? Like a crow looks like it has done a line of coke and is looking for trouble all the time. Like, what's up? Crows have expressions. Crows look like they can form an opinion, okay? Pigeons only have one expression, singular. Oh.
YouTube seems to have, become like that one medium which has a very far and wide reach.
Yeah.
So do you think in a way YouTube is a big equalizer because, you obviously have your top rank comedians who are releasing their videos on the same platform as somebody who's an amateur and might just pick up his phone and, click a video and put it. And chances are the amateur video might just go, might have better hits than the one who's actually prepared for it.
But it depends, like in the sense, if you look at the good comics at the end of the day, they have consistent hits.
Sure.
You could be some guy who's done one video which got 600,000 views or like 1 million, 2 million, whatever. But if the next video has like 3,000, 4,000, 6,000, it's not going to go anywhere. I mean, I personally don't put up many YouTube videos because, again, lazy. Like, I should be putting up more videos, but I don't. And but the guys who are doing well, like the AIBs, the Karan Gills, the Shits and Giggles, and the AIC, like these guys have regular output, and they're constantly putting out videos, and they have a big base of fans, and they all do well. And so YouTube, I would say, is an equalizer of sorts. Like it gives you a chance, but I think now even that market has become tough to step into. Like in the sense because people will be like, "What's different from AIB? Like how is this guy any different from blah blah blah?" Or like because people already have a benchmark set. It was cool when YouTube was new and nobody knew anything about YouTube and nobody put faith in that program. But now now it's kind of, again, a benchmark's been set and you got to match up to that or be better than that or be different than that. So like I'll say it does give you a chance, but I would say that is still kind of minuscule. Yeah, I'm in the entertainment industry and I get to work 5 to 6 nights a month. That's successful in the entertainment industry, okay? And when you see all these actors and models and everybody like, not having jobs, like someone who looks like me, okay, when I see a good looking person suck at life, so immediately I'm like, Bhagwan naam ki cheez hai. Because you already had a head start. What are you going to do with your six-pack abs, bro? What are you going to do with your six-pack abs? Kapde dhoega tu? Kapde dhoega?
Tell me an open mic that's etched in your memory.
It's it would be the Potbelly ones because we only get about 30 to 40 people here. And we've been doing this open mic for 3 years. We do it whenever we feel like. It's not even like a regular gig. Okay? And it's etched in my memory because we get an intelligent audience over here and there's no alcohol at this bar, so you don't get like a party ke liye ja rahe hain, saath mein comedy dekhenge. No, you get a crowd that wants to see comedy that comes to this place, okay? And why it's etched in my memory because we've actually had sensible hecklers here. Like somebody was doing a joke on like, the basic feminist log aise hote hain, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And this lady was like, dude, that's not cool. And so I went up on stage. I'm like, what was your issue with that joke? And she said something, I don't remember, but I remember her getting a round of applause. And where in an open mic will you see a heckler get a round of applause for saying what the comic is saying is ignorant instead of like, abhi tu kya janti hai comedy ke baare mein, hat yahan se. Like that. Like And the other open mic that really is etched in my memory are the ones we used to do with the Australian High Commission, Raw.
Oh, okay.
Like, because there would be a big final and like all that sort of stuff, and there were like 130 odd people over there.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was absolutely crazy. And I think one of the News Cafe open mics, because that was the first time I saw like 100 plus people at an open mic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 100 plus people bought
Okay.
tickets for an open mic.
Okay.
It was absolutely ridiculous. Like, that was like, wow, you came to see comedy. You didn't come to see a star. You didn't come to like get a picture for Facebook likes.
You genuinely came for comedy.
You came for comedy.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a fan of comedy, you will go to open mics every now and then because that's where it's born.
Yeah.
That's where it all begins. I'm colorblind, and the worst thing about being colorblind is not the colorblindness per se. It's explaining it to your friends that you're colorblind. Because colorblindness is the inability to see red, greens, and browns of similar shades. But if you tell your friend you're colorblind, they'll be like, hey, what color is this, bro? Hey, what color is this, bro? Hey, what color is this, bro? Is this and this the same to you? Tu kutte ki tarah dikhta hai. Did you see the recent Delhi elections? That is the most peaceful protest you will ever see. Everybody's like, you know what, I don't care. Dekhte kya hota hai. theek hai? And in the rest of the country is like, this government will fail. This government will fail. And Delhi is like, haan, theek hai. Maza aayega.